Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. Before I forget, Joey, we got to fix my Stream Deck today. Can you do it today?
Maybe.
All right. Welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. Looks like we have about 53 people, 57 people. More people will be coming in. The alert is set. I'll wait for the alert to hit before we get hot and heavy into what's going on today. And like I say every day, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. Some economic stuff came out. More people looking for jobs. That number rose again, coming off of the readjustment yesterday. That was the big number. That was, any administration says that we created jobs, and then you find a readjustment that about a million jobs less were found. That's a big problem to me. That's me. That's just me. I think that's a problem. All right. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Now, you know me, I don't like politics and all that kind of stuff, but I will speak out on stuff that I think is not right. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what I do. All right. People need to go to jail for the job number lies. John, something. Don't judge lest ye be judged. I don't like it, but I can't. I'm not going to come down on nobody unless I know all the full story. The only part of the story I know is the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Ritesh said Snowflake. I did a video last night that was it last night? It was the night before, looking at the earnings preview for Snowflake, and I thought they were going to beat, and they did. They beat on both earnings and on revenues, and I gave a price target on it. But I felt that Snowflake was getting more love than Palantir. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I looked and we compared Palantir to Snowflake. Snowflake, by all means, in my estimation, was the better stock, even though, they are both speculative plays. But Palantir's got the contracts. They got the money just waiting to roll in. They really, really do. Leisman on CNBC said government sometimes makes mistakes. And Rob Paul, that's the reason why I say judge ye not lest you be judged. So I don't like what happened, all right, but I'm not going to, toss shadows on anybody. I just think that number, overall number was it just wasn't right. That's all I got to say. Confirmed up sound like a sell signal. No, M. Sharback. Listen, one day doesn't make a trend. Market's down today, but the market's, what have I been saying for the last week or so? To expect a pullback a little bit, right? As a matter of fact, we got the red light in the buy to sell ratio, which means that the buy to sell ratio has gone down week over week, day over day, and below the value of 1. So we've got a red light there. But what is the predominant color? What is the predominant color that you see on the color guard? Still is yellow. And I don't want you guys to lose sight of that. I love the green lights. I like the bullish, and Joey, put me on program. When you look at the VectorVest composite, look at all of the days, right? Look at all of the days that we've gone up compared to going down. We're still in an uptrending market. I'm looking at the 3 and the 8 on the exponential moving averages of the VectorVest composite. Today's movement puts me right now, if it were to close below the 3, but still above the 8. So I don't want anybody to panic or anything like that. A red day right at a level of resistance, that makes sense. It's okay. I do have a close level of support on the composite sitting at 67.96. And I've got another level of support sitting on the composite, if the market shows more legs to the downside, sitting at 67.17. Right now, we're trading at 68.30 on the composite. I'm okay, all right? I'm not panicking. But if you look at the market move to the upside, folks, this makes sense. That's why I'm saying nobody needs to panic right now. What the Fed meant is that they always lie with the, Glenn, the only reason why I can say yes is because you spell Glenn with two N's. You spell Glenn with two N's. So the market's pulling back today, weaker data. What does that mean for you as an investor? Again, my biggest thing for anybody who looks at this channel, who looks at the VectorVest software, the majority of the color in the color guard is yellow. Red light today, market moving down today, coming right off of resistance. We're okay. We're okay. And then I'm going to give you some fish. We're going to look at stocks that are moving the markets today. I did a day trade on one of these stocks. I made 30%. But it was a little bit of harrowing move. TNXP is in my list, Paresh. My weekly theme stocks today are going to be MPOC stocks, and TNXP is in that list. So I'm with you on TNXP, but I'm looking a lot at the MPOC stocks, just like we did when COVID was hot and heavy. We looked at a lot of COVID stocks. They will present opportunities to make money. All right. With that being said, let's look at what news is moving the market today. All right. And we're going to start off with the economic calendar. The economic calendar, here's the week news. Continuous jobless claims. We were looking at 1870, came in at 1863, which is not that bad. All right. Almost like right in line, but higher than the previous. It is higher than the previous. I'm also looking at S&P Global U.S. Manufacturing PMI. Anytime that number, I don't know a whole lot about that number, but as long as it's below the number of 50, that's not good. Whereas the global composite PMI is above 50 and has been higher than what was forecasted. That's a positive sign. PMI August 55. Existing home sales. Look at that. Home sales on the rise today. In July, 3.95 million existing home sales. I'm wondering if they're putting out more inventory for people to buy. And I think that mortgage rates on the other side of the picture are dropping a little bit, and it's spurring up more people to buy new homes. All right, so we'll see. But I still think that when people remortgage, if they sell a home and remortgage, they're still going to get a higher mortgage rate than what they were in their existing homes. I know you hate that. Thanks for the break. You got it. You got it, Glenn. We're breaking out, Glenn. It's election year. Market is overvalued. The market's been overvalued for the longest time, Akshire. That's nothing new. The market's been overvalued for the longest time. Just to let everyone know, Warren Buffett had a small position in Snow, but got out of it. And again, I did the video Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Tuesday, and I knew that I figured that they were going to beat. They did, but it's got to be the forward guidance. Gold is a sweet spot to be. Dan, we're going to talk about that because I'm looking at the dollar. You know me, when it comes down to gold, you got to pay attention to the dollar. Does the dollar go up or down in value? If it's going up in value, gold is going to hurt. If it's going down in value, gold will pop out. So we'll look at gold stocks. So what else is going on? A 50 basis point rate cut in September remains the base case scenario at Citibank. All right, so I think that for the most part, more people are saying when the cut happens in September, not if the cut happens in September. I'm still on the mindset of if it happens in September. I just tell you that the data is something. I think between now and then, something's going to spook them. Wow, we got a subscriber. Thank you for that. Who is that? Jamarcus. Jamarcus, thank you for subscribing to the channel. All right, hold on. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. Jake says Rietzman Nets Nitro stopped out this morning. Steve was talking to me about that a little bit before we got started. Glenn, I wonder if Powell knew about the 800,000 jobs era. I doubt it. I don't know, but part of his mandate is for managing and maintaining a stable labor market. So I don't know. But I think that information, that there's less jobs than have been reported, that's going to put some more momentum to make sure that he does cut in September. Here it is. Now, dollar has more downside as Fed cuts approach. Dan was talking about gold, a good spot to be in. If the dollar continues to move to the downside, Dan, then I'm with you on that it will. And the VIX is up today. So, Ramor is saying the VIX is up. That means people are getting a little bit more fearful in the market. But it's still below the number of 20, the magic number of 20. So talking about Snow, buy rating affirmed for Snowflake, strong performance and promising future underpin bullish outlook. So I think that with everything that you saw in regards to Snow, everything that was reported in that they beat the earnings, they beat the revenues, I still think the space is hot. The optimistic outlook is further supported by management's guidance with significant raise in expected fiscal year 25 product review. Going into 2025, there's a lot of money going into the AI space, a lot of money. All the big companies are putting a lot of investment behind AI. Snow and Palantir are going to feel the effects of that. Palantir, though, right now is outperforming Snow significantly. But I think it's because of the hands that they have into the AI space globally. Governments, all over the world are seeking out Palantir, whereas Snow is primarily for big corporations. All right, but I think that Palantir has more outreach in the global marketplace from governments, from militaries, from police departments, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I feel if you watch the video that I did comparing the two, you'll get a lot of that. Snowflake, I wanted to look at the earnings on it. All right, so going through, they beat by 2 cents. Out of the last 4 quarters, they only missed once. They beat by 9 in quarter 3, 24. They beat by 17 in in quarter 4 in 2024. First quarter 2025, they missed. Quarter 2, 2025, they beat, and we'll see going forward. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention in regards to the reporting for it. Now, this is interesting. Peloton posts small rise in sales as turnaround takes root. So they got new management. They got new management because they were sucking. They were bad. They got new management. I forget. I think it was March or May or something like that. And I think it was last year. There it is. Barry McCarthy, who stepped down as CEO in May. All right, so it was this year. After nearly 2 years in a row, has focused on reviving growth by increasing the company's subscriber base through its app offerings, rental bike program, and partnership with retailers. The thing about this beat or this growth, Peloton reported a 0.2% rise in the sales for the fourth quarter. This is the big part of it. The first year-on-year growth since the second quarter of fiscal year 2022. 9 quarters it took to finally get some movement on the growth side. This was big. Dan says U.S. dollars lost 25% of its purchasing power in 4 years. And I've done videos on devaluation of the dollar. Even with that, even with the loss of 25%, the dollar is still the strongest currency in the world. Even if you look at BRICS coming in to try to, usurp the dollar, it ain't happening. And it ain't happening no time soon. So, yes, I totally understand that the dollar has been devalued. I've done 2 or 3 videos on the channel, Dan, in regards to the devaluation of the dollar. But no matter what anybody tells me, anybody says, it is still the strongest currency. It is the reserve currency global. And nobody, even the BRICS countries, nobody is anywhere near close to overtaking the dollar as a reserve currency. Look at that. Snow is down 41.4% year to date. And if you look at the video, I compared the two, Palantir to Snow, over the last year. Snow has been down a lot more compared to Palantir. What do you do with Snow? You let it melt. I'm not telling anybody to be in Snow. I did give a price target on it because a lot more eyeballs are favorable to Snow than they are to Palantir, and I don't have the total reason why, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And look at this, Palantir. Oh, no, I'm not even talking about Peloton right now. Palantir is the better play. I think Palantir is the better play. It is. NVIDIA is a poopy stock today. And that's today. How many times do I got to tell you? How many times I got to tell you one day ain't a trend? And that's why none of you should be sitting back and going, I still own my NVDL. I'm still up 20% on it. I'm down today, all right? And that's because it's getting hit today. But one day doesn't make a trend. All right, Snow needs blocked from this channel. I got to talk about it. If it's out there, I got to talk about it. And I'm with you, Sloppy Joes. NVIDIA was due for a day like today. I got you 110%. Surfer Boy, give me an opportunity. I'll let you know when I'm ready to take a look at stocks, all right? Clean Spark, I'm going to keep that in mind. How about another one? Zoom jumps as analysts see light at the end of the tunnel after Q2 results and guidance. So when did Zoom start taking off? Zoom started taking off in a big way during COVID when people weren't in the office. Zoom took off like nobody's business. And then since then, people have come back to work. Zoom is not as prevalent anymore, but talking about Zoom, my family and I are going on a Hawaiian cruise next year, and we had a Zoom call last night talking about options of what things we want to do, that kind of thing. So I still think that Zoom plays a role outside of even work. All right, how about when the grandparents want to talk to the grandbabies? Well, if you got a phone, you go look at, what is that thing? What is that thing, Joey, that we look at when you're on an iPhone? What is it?
FaceTime?
Yeah, FaceTime. You can always FaceTime, but then you got some grandparents that are on the dark side with Google phones and all that kind of stuff. Or, and then you got the good people like me who have Apple phones. Zoom is a good way for everybody to talk to everybody. So that's what you do. The time will come for Snow position, but it won't be like the blizzard of 2022 and that was. I'm gonna call that a little funny. When Glenn goes on his trip, he can use Zoom, hook him up to Joey, and make. Heck no, that ain't happening. When I go on this Hawaiian cruise, I may love y'all to death, but I don't love y'all like that. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna be looking at some stuff, all right, and drinking a lot of drinking. All right, next company here, Meta shares are flying as Zuckerberg sells his AI vision. All right, so a couple of things here. The difference from Meta is that Zuckerberg did a better job of convincing investors that AI is helping to improve results in its core business. So remember, I talked about all of the big companies making big investments in AI. Meta's one of them. But I want to, there was something here. As a result, there was something in here. Dang it, I hate when I can't do this. It's the best. It was his best earnings call as public CEO. He explained the near-term benefits of AI, the long-term benefits, and the timing of how all of this is going to play out, and he did it in a compelling way. That's not what I was looking for. Look at this. Has seen its shares gain 13% this month, far outperforming the big tech peers despite reporting another jump. There it is, another jump in capital expenditures. So they're outlaying a lot of money, but the shares still went up 13%. And I think, like the story says, he did a good job explaining why the investment in AI is so important to grow the business. All right, so just interesting. Dan says oil collapse may be explained by oil carry trade, borrow paper for I'm not just like the yen, the Japanese carry trade. Man, I'm not talking about. I am so not talking about oil. I'm so mad at oil. I'm mad.
You have your chat up?
Huh? Yeah.
Your team's chat?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Where do I find it? I got to go to my desktop.
Your desktop?
It's on my desktop. Let me open that up real quick. Do I just bring it over to, or what do I do?
Yep. Just open it up.
All right. So real quick before we get it going, because we are really talking about this, We do have an end of summer sale on our courses on VectorVest, up to 70% off of our courses. I liken it to the idea of, I wish that someone told me when I first started investing, or pointed me in the direction of good education about the market. I would have probably done better earlier in my trading career. For many of you who are brand new to the market, these courses are amazingly helpful to help take your trading to the next level. You can save up to 70% on our courses, on some of our courses. You go to www.vectorvest.com/sale. Joey's going to put that link in the chat. So it is an end of summer sale for you guys to take advantage of a lot of great education. Stop it, John. A lot of great education to help put your trading and set your trading onto the next level. All right, so I put that out there. www.vectorvest.com/sale. It stops and ends on September 9th. September 9th. All right, September 9th. All right, I want to put that out there. Next story I have in here, Bitcoin's back on the rise. Edge is higher to 60,000 amid some rate cut cheer. So I something I'm not going to tell you not to keep your eyes on some of those. I am going to have iBit in my list today as far as a Bitcoin play. This was my stock. All right, anybody hear about, did anybody partake? Did anybody partake in this company's move? AIRI, yes or no? All right, it's type of yes or a no. Look how much it's up today. All right, look how much it's up today. This was something I found pre-market. I saw the news on it. By the time the market opened up, it was up over like 80-90%. I dipped in here. I made about 30% on this trade, day trading it. The thing I like about this company, all right, is in New York. Well, that's enough right there. FFIE was another one that I kept my eyes on, Jazz. I just didn't touch it. FFIE is still moving now. As a matter of fact, I was still looking at it prior to us coming on live today. But this is a leading manufacturer of precision components and assemblies for large aerospace and defense prime contractors. They got a $110 million 7-year contract for the production of thrust struts used in geared turbofan GTF aircraft engines. They're the only ones that do it. Air Industries has been the sole supplier of this critical component since 2015. I loved the news on it. I did jump on board. That's in my list today, but look at that. Way back when I was in it, it was only up about 100%. It's gone up another 37%. Now, is this something that I'm telling all of you to get into today? No. But I am wondering, just think along with me. I am wondering if the news was so good today, does it continue into tomorrow? And maybe is it worth $1,000 investment if the stock can go up another 100% tomorrow? Now, I don't know if it's going to go up another 100% tomorrow. I haven't the slightest idea. But we're going to take a look at that stock today. And one more story. By the numbers, Ford's EV pullback and strategy shift. I'm very interested in this story because I'm wondering if Ford is seeing the writing on the walls, and this is going to be a further blow to EV companies. A lot of these major manufacturers have a lot of EVs sitting in a lot. I think in just a couple of different things. They have a delay in the successor to the F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck until 2027. They originally were looking at a launch in 2025. They scrapped the plans for electric 3-row SUV and will instead offer a hybrid gas electric versions of its next 3-row again. All right. They take $400 million non-cash charge for write down the SUV manufacturing. They trimmed the capital spending on pure EVs from 40% to 30% of its budget. I'm wondering, and I want you to keep your eyes out for other companies like Stellantis, like Toyota, everybody else who's a major car manufacturer who has some input on EVs. I'm wondering if more companies, and if that's the case, EVs, this is still EVs, not the right time to be in EVs. Ford is the best at making diesel cars and should stick to it and let Tesla make EVs, says Dan. I got up. What's up with Long Island and mechanical designs for the military? Are those ex-Lockheed guys? I don't know. Diesel is filthy dirty. I like diesel, though. Yeah, I think. All right. So those are my stories for today. Here's the market again. I'm watching the wick, a little bit of rebound today, a little wick forming at the bottom of today's candle, which means buyers are coming in. The sellers had control this morning when we did break above this level of resistance. The buyers had it, and the sellers said, more selling took place. I do see a little wick forming at the bottom. Again, one day does not make a trend. Let's go to the viewers tab. Here's all of the markets, all of the indices. The VIX is up to 17 and a half. A nice little 8% move today, but all of the major indices are down, with the NASDAQ leading the way, down over 1%. Let's go look at AI stocks are getting beat up. All right, AI stocks are getting beaten up. How many stocks do I have in here? 74. Out of the 74 stocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 stocks going up. All right, only 5. This was this was one of my stocks that I talked about in my my video on 8/16 of AI stocks ready to rock. All right, KD was one of those plays, and on a down day, it's up 0.5%. But Kratos defense up 2.5%. I've only got 5 stocks out of 74 that are going up today. Looks like Nvidia bounced off the 123. Again, I hold NVDL. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. One day doesn't make a trend. One day does not make a trend. So what else is my big news today? All right, here's my stocks with the big news today. Let's go take a look. Meta is in here. Zoom, nice move on Zoom. And there's that AIRI. I want to talk to you about what I was looking at today. I'm going to put this on to a intraday graph. Intraday, 5-minute current day. I played the stock up in this space right here from the morning, from the open. Nice move up today. Big wick here. The stock has leveled out since then. Stock has leveled out since then. Am I going to tell anybody to jump on board today? No. But I'm going to put this now on a 3-month graph. I like end of day. RT has gone up above 1. The earnings is negative, but getting less negative. I think that this story has legs possibly going into tomorrow. I see the big pullback. A lot of people made a lot of money on this stock today, day trading it or holding it prior to today. That's a lot of, profit taking. But I do like the rising earnings per share. I do like that RT is above 1. Let's go look at a different graph layout. It's in the fast lane, but outside of the bands, it's going to regress back to the mean. But I think that the stock's news, that's big news for this small company. I think it might have some upside going into tomorrow as well. You guys take advantage of it the best way that you see full, that you like or don't like. I'm just bringing it to your attention. All right. Peloton. How come Peloton is not in here? PTON. That's going to be an interesting play. VectorVest has had a sell on that stock for like ever. All right, it really has, but now it's a hold recommendation, not fundamentally sound, way above its value. I want to take a look at that on its graph as well. Does this first raise in growth, does it equate out to possibly holding it? It definitely was trending higher prior to the jump today. Both DPOs are up. Where's the volume? On big volume, the biggest volume over the last 3 months. Look at it on the 6-month graph. Still a lot of, this stock could have some upside. All right, horizontal line. There's right about my 3-month high of 479. It's at 458. It is outside of the band, so it's going to most likely have a potential to regress back to the means. Very little wick at the top. So with the volume, there's conviction to the move. Very little wick, very little profit taking on the stock. So it is something that I would say keep on your radar, just keep it on your radar and watch it. I do see this level of 479. If it goes above that, the stock definitely has some more upside. I'd really like to make sure that earnings is rising, and it is. Look at that. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Look at the rising earnings on that. I'm telling you, as much as we have not liked Peloton, I think this news, because the stock has been a sell a lot of this 6 months, this news of finally making money on high-end equipment could be a positive sign. Anybody thinking about buying into Peloton, just type in buy or no. Type in buy or no. I think that if nothing else, man, it might be something to take a look at. Let me close this out. Okay, a lot of no's, and that's fine. I'm looking at the fundamentals. It is not undervalued, fundamentally not sound. The news pushed it up. Earnings growth, 2%. Where it had been negative. I'm going to show you something else. Where can I see view historical data? We never talk about this, but I can view the historical data end of day, right? Let's go look at the GRT. Well, it's been 2 for the longest time. 1, 0, negative, going back in time. Finally, something? The earnings growth has been on. I'm looking at end of day, and each one of these lines is a day. It started into the 2% earnings growth on 6/25 of this year. June 25th, they moved into 2% earnings growth, and they've been there ever since. Earnings per share has been getting better. It was negative $1.32. It's now negative $1.22. Relative value, relative safety, 16 and 59. The fundamentals, the numbers have been about the same. But look at this. Big jump in relative timing. Big and enough to push the VST above 1. How many of you knew that you could do this analysis on history of our indicators? Type a 1. If you did not, type a 2. How many of you knew that you could do this history on our indicators? Type a 1. If you did not, type a 2. And this is just a great little tidbit of information to really track the movement of every one of our indicators to see if it's really getting better or worse. All right, so all I'm bringing is a little bit of stuff in here. Alton says, is there something that shows debt level? No, that would be probably in the relative safety. All of the financial stuff is captured in our relative safety indicator, Alton. All right, what did John say? Somebody agreed with John. What did John say? I think steady like PGR is going to do better than Peloton over the next. I don't disagree with you. Talking about steady over the next few years. How about I'm providing for you every week, just like I do on the Mondays videos, safe undervalued stocks rising in price. You want to look at stocks like PGR? I'm going to provide them for you every Thursday. Stocks for you to keep your eyes on. Some of these you may know about, some of them you may not. When I graph these and I put them onto our VectorVest graph, VectorVest simple, and put these on a 1-year graph, here you go, John. You want stocks like Progressive? Bottom left, top right, rising earnings. RT above 1. Next one, MBIX. Bottom left, top right, not quite over the 1-year high, but rising earnings, RT above 1. Look at this one, HCA. Bottom left, top right, rising earnings, RT above 1. So I'm going to provide you on Thursdays. Now, this one, not so much. Even though it meets the criteria of what I'm looking for, this is a lot more volatile. If I'm not comfortable with volatility, then I would not take a look at this one. But it is bottom left, top right. Earnings was rising and now started to rise again. This one is more of an aggressive play. Somebody said, Glenn, how do you search for a 3 EMA above 8 EMA? You know something? In order to do that, you got to have ProTrader. But I'm going to do that for you real quick. Again, you know me. I love doing stuff on the fly. If you've got ProTrader, you can go to Stocks, Price Volume, Price Split Adjusted, Operator, ProTrader, EMA. All right? and now you set them up. The 3-day EMA crossed in the past day above the 8 EMA. I would like to have some volume criteria on here too. Stocks, price volume, average volume greater than, let's say, 100,000 shares. Custom value, 100, 1, 2, 3. And very quickly, I can run a search like right here. The 3 crossing above the 8 that have average volume of 100,000 shares. Look at that. Look at that. Who asked me that question? That was Mr. Boilerman. Does that answer your question? Let's take a look at these stocks real quick. Graph, bring this up. I was going to bring up a different graph layout. Let's go look at my 3 and 8 EMA. I have a graph layout for that. I think it's called GETR trade. There's my 3 and 8s. Boom, the 3 crossing above the 8. Mr. Boilerman. Mr. Boilerman. Shubba. All right, anyway. Look at that. 3 and the 8. Look at that graph, though. And the 3 just crossing above the 8. I have also the 20 simple, which is serving as a trend line here. I think I'm going to do a video on how to identify trends. I think I'm going to do that next Tuesday, how to identify trends and different ways to identify trends. Moving averages play a role in that. How about cold, bouncing off support in the 3 and the 8 crossing? Mr. Boilerman, you didn't answer. Is that what you were looking for? Sigh. If he doesn't answer, I'm gonna cry. Marines don't cry, though. All right, so a good way to just find what stocks right now. Oof. Staff, big move today. Look at all of that profit taking, though. Unlike the other one that we looked at, the AIRI, no profit taking like this. No profit taking like this. Even though, I'm about to say, even though if Mr. Boilerman wasn't answering, how cool was it to be able to, on the fly, to find a search where the 3 was crossing above the 8? All right, let's go back to the viewers tab. I got more fish for you, swing trading using the MPI. Ripman said that would be great. I'm thinking about I'm going to do that on Tuesday. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to identify trends. No matter what stock you're trading, whether it's a long-term stock, short-term stock, I think that I'm going to do that next Tuesday. Joey, remind me. All right, remind me. I think I'm going to do that next Tuesday. All right, swing trading with the MPI. Staff, there it is. Staff is in there. Let's graph these all. This is going to be a different graph layout. We'll go put this on to the MPI. Sorry, MPI. Put this on a 3-month graph. There's the crossover on the MPI. Look at that. Trend is already there, but there's the moving average crossover on RT. Same thing here. Crocs. How about this? Is a buying opportunity on Crocs after being beaten up? We're about to get trend by way of MPI. Nice low trough on RT. Holy smokes, this could be an early buying opportunity on Crocs, folks. After being beaten up, the MPI is giving you some clear indicators that it could be a good buying opportunity. Back again. Don't forget, your Uncle Glenn talked to you about it right here first. All right, what else is here? AVGO, woof. Very quickly did bounce above RT, but pulled back. Ooh, AVGO got hit. Ooh, this staff, and that was the last one. I'm going to give you some more swing trading fish with Star Search. All right, so you'll notice that today I used all 3 of my go-to layouts, the 3 and the 8, MPI, and now we're going to look at Star Search. These are my stocks that met the Star Search criteria. All right, put this up here, 3-month graph. Let's go change the graph layout to Star Search. There you go. Just getting into the fast lane. Both DPOs going up. This was just getting into the fast lane, but pulled back. Also sitting at a level of support. I would wait on YMM. I do like AAOI in the fast lane, a little wick at the top. Both DPOs are positive, but it is in the fast lane. Next one is CART. Also in the fast lane, not as big a wick as the other stock, and the body here is bigger. All right, so you know me, I like to give some fish. These are 3 different bottom fishing swing trading opportunities. Looking at the 3-8, the MPI, and the Star Search. 3 different ways. For those people a little bit more aggressive, you talked about the 3-8. I actually had some stocks for you. I actually had some stocks for you on 3-8 crossing. Look at this. All right, on a down day, these are stocks where the 3 is crossing above the 8. Let's go back to a 3-month graph. On a down day, to still be more aggressive, you're going to take on a lot more risk this way, though. But when we go find it, GETR trade, there's the 3 and the 8 crossing on a 3-month graph. All right, what else is here? I don't like this one, though. That's one I do like. This is UFI. Nice 3-8 cross. Not a ton. Look at that. Not a ton of pullback. Bigger body. Here's another stock for you to keep your eyes on right there. The next one. This one not only has a big wick, but has a closed candle. That is a bullish, bearish candle. A lot more selling pressure on this. Even though the 3 did go above the 8. I'd be careful with that one. TKLF. 2 days of big wicks. Be careful with that one. That one is just moving sideways, bouncing off support. A lot of give back there. It's only 56. I'd wait on that one as well. And the last one, goodness gracious. I don't know. I wouldn't take that. All right, so there's only a couple of fish in here that I'd like. These are all news-driven stocks right here. I gave you a lot of fish today. These are all news-driven. There's FFIE, Jazz. There's FFIE. Let's graph these. Put this in a 3-month graph. There it is, Opera. Wow, thank you, Y Hamamoto. Thank you so much. We got a super chat of $9.99. Type the ones in the room. Type the ones. Oh, it didn't do that. Did it do that over there, Joey? I missed it if it did it. Type the ones in the room. Thank you very, very much. As a matter of fact, Mr. Hamamoto, I need a stock from you right now. Let's go take a look at your stock right now. Let's go take, thank you. $10 super chat, folks. Goodness gracious. I need a stock from you right now. We're going to take a look at it right now. Joey, keep your eyes out for that as I continue to go down through this list. The next stock in here, wow, Peloton. Now, interesting story about Peloton. You know, a lot of you said no about buying it. Notice the small wick at the top. The volume is there. The price is there, and nobody's pulling back off the stock. That is a very interesting thing I want you to keep in mind. You notice a lot of the other stocks that went up bigly today, the big wicks at the top, there was a lot of profit taking. There's not a lot of profit taking on Peloton. I think that because this is the first time in 9 quarters that it's growing, is big enough news for Peloton. All right, it's big enough news for Peloton that it may have some more legs to the upside. All right. What else is in this list? FFIE. You know something? Same thing with FFIE. Big move today. No wick at the top, and the 3 and the 8 are crossing. And it did a split. Some of these stocks I wouldn't mind taking. This one's got a big wick at the top. That's got a big wick at the top. Some of these I wouldn't take at all. What is it? What was it like a year ago? Can you show on which stock, Deborah? On which stock? IPW. Let's go check that out. IPW. Yes, Lisa, hold off on that. We're gonna be looking at your stocks in a few minutes. 3-month graph on IPW. Let's go see what ooh. Hamamoto. All right, let me see what I see. Coming off a level of support, I do like the trend up. Let's go put this in a different layout. Let's go put this in Star Search. It's not in the fast lane. I do like the pinch. There was a pinch here, it broke to the downside. I like the incoming pinch. I'm not going to take this stock until it's in this area of the fast lane. Until it's into that area of the fast lane. I don't like it yet. I do preliminarily like the up move. Only one DPO is up. That's the short term. I like the pinch. I need the stock to come to me a little bit more. All right, does that make sense? I need the stock to come to me a little bit more. I'd like to trade it in that fast lane area. you were talking about Peloton going back a year. I know that VectorVest hasn't liked Peloton for a minute. Let's go back 1 year on Peloton. And even on IPW, it's got some ways to go. Profit potential up to the high here of 365. This stock's got some upside potential. But I need to make sure, I need to know more about the company. I need to look into it. But just from a VectorVest perspective, I do like the move up. I'd like to see it in the fast lane. Now let's go look at Peloton on a 1 year graph. There it is. It hasn't done well. It hasn't done well. I like that finally they made a move at the top. And now this is going to, I think that this is going to be huge for Peloton, is that they're finally starting to grow again. So, and you know, it's done on big volume and very little wick at the top. There's commitment behind the buyers on this stock. Earnings pop, but it is essentially a penny stock at the height of the pandemic. It was trading over 150. Ben, I'm with you on that. But you know something? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How does Peloton get back to, let's go put this on a 5 year graph. How does Peloton get back here again? Thank you, Jeff. How does Peloton get back up to here? One trade date at a time, Ben. Am I going to say that it's going to be back up there again? I don't know. But I think that this is definitely a good first step. Jeff wants to look at LNW. Thank you very much. Type the ones in the room. Type the ones in the room. LNW. You said growth 36%. Let's go look at that. Actually, let's go put that here. I'm not taking your picks yet. But I want to analyze it. LNW. I want to analyze it. Earnings growth, 36%. Sales growth. How come my sales growth is all the way over there again? Sales growth, 12%. Fundamentally sound company. I like the play, analyzing it. It is undervalued. Holy smokes. It's got a CI. I bet you this is going to be good. CI tells me that the stock should be pretty darn good. 3 month, and it is. Bottom left, top right, fast lane. I wouldn't buy it today, but if it shows me more of an up candle tomorrow, I wouldn't mind it. Where's the volume? I'd like to see more volume, but I like the trending play up. Freehand line. I like the trending play up. I like that it's in the fast lane. Today I wouldn't take it. But you know what else I want? Where's RT? RT is on the rise. I don't mind the play. I'd wait for tomorrow to think about getting in on an up day. That's what I like about it. All right. But it is bottom left, top right. Where's earnings? Earnings is rising. Put this on a 6 month graph. Look at that. A little tippy-toppy here, but I like the play now. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Jeff. What was Mr. Yamamoto's play, Joey? Graphs. What was it? It was, what the hell play was it? IPW. I'm gonna put it in here too. IPW. All right. And I want to analyze it the way I just did for LNW. Fundamentally not sound. Mr. Yamamoto, it's a sell recommendation. I like the earnings growth. All right, I do like the earnings growth. Something tells me the volume may not be there either. Where's the volume? No, average volume of 286,000. Today, it's trading at 432,000. So it's trading not more than double the average volume, but something's moving it. It is overvalued, but fundamentally not sound. Fundamentally not sound. So I wanted to put that out there for you as well. All right. Now I'm ready. Gold stocks. Let's go see what they're doing. Is the dollar down or up? I'll tell you. Ooh, the dollar's up. Gold is down. Dollar is up. So now, just for the people who are looking at the gold stocks, these are all my more well-known gold stocks. I'm going to show you the average graph of these for those of you who are looking at gold. Let's take a look. This is a 3 month graph. Gold is moving from the bottom left to the top right and is in the fast lane based on those stocks that I have in there. The volume is there. The volume is there. I said in my live stream on Monday that gold is quietly going up, and it is. Gold is quietly going up on these stocks. This is looking at the watch list average of the stocks that I have right here. So it may not be a bad place. I am not looking at oil. I refuse. If you follow me on Twitter, I did put out stocks that I had my eyes on. All right. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, just go look for my name, Glenn Tompkins Jr., Jr. I put out a lot of stuff on my Twitter account that we don't always talk about here, but these are the stocks that I had my eyes on today. I put those out early in the morning. I love these stocks. Fundamentally sound, earnings growth. I like these stocks. I cannot lie. I hope tomorrow after the meeting it takes off. Depends on what the Fed says. That's right. That's going to be the big news for tomorrow is the Fed talking from Jackson Hole. All right. How many likes do we have? 68. Joey, I only need about 8 stocks. Start putting your stocks in. All right, start putting your stocks in. Jake has MCO, comma, Clean Spark, CLSK, comma, FNGD, comma, CCS, comma, NVDA, comma, VIRC, comma, TGTX, comma, Siri, comma, SMCI, comma, SIDU. I'm only going to take 2 of yours, Deborah. RYGL. I'm looking for new names. Dawn is new. PEGY, comma, Lugu is new. HMY, comma, I'm looking. IMMR, comma, Gary is new. ISRG. All right. We only got 70 likes, but I gave you a lot more than that. I was looking for new people today. All right. So the first thing I want to take a look at it as I analyze your stocks. 1, the stock that had the best combination of value, safety, and timing automatically migrates to the top of the list. VIRC, NVIDIA, gold stock towards the top of the list. Which ones are the ones that are hurting your portfolio? Sell recommendations, Pineapple Energy, iPower, Citus Space. So I think that part of what we want to do when we're looking at your stocks is to see where your stock sat in the list of stocks that came up. That's going to be first and foremost in regards to, I gave Glenn IPW. Should I still be in that stock by way of the VectorVest system? It's not fundamentally sound. It's not in an uptrend, and it's a sell recommendation. Now, I do like the earnings growth, but is this the right time to be in the stock? All right. No, so new, Glenn. Not so new. Oh, well, you still got your stock up there. Dawn says, thank you. Got a scheduled subscription. Dawn, if you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you'll get alerted to when our live streams go out. Then that way you don't have to see a schedule. We do a video every night at 6 p.m. Between Ryan and I, but we have live streams every day except for Tuesday. So if you've already hit the like button and hit the bell icon, you don't need a schedule. You will get an alert when new content comes out. All right, so the first thing I want you to look at, based upon all of the stocks that you gave me, right, where they sit in the list. All right, now I'm going to graph them all, but I'm going to use the principle that we try to teach everybody, whether you're brand new to the channel or not, is what we like to see. We want to put this on a 1-year graph. Look at your stock. Is it going from the bottom left to the top right, and what's earnings doing? Because earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. VIRC, excellent pick, hitting a new 1-year high today. RT is above 1. Look at the earnings. Again, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. I like that stock. NVIDIA, bottom left, top right, pulled back because a lot of tech stocks got pulled back. But look at that rebound. Look at this trend. Look at that trend. All right, stock is now pulling back below that. If you're in it, you know something, even though I hold NVDL, Do I take some off the table? Not yet. Not me. I know, I got a lot of profit in this trade. I've got stops to make sure I capture as much of this profit as I possibly can without giving it all back. But the earnings per share looks beautiful on the stock. Again, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Same thing with Harmony Gold. If you're going to play a gold play, again, quietly going up. Harmony is a good play. Nicely bottom left, top right. 2 days off of a 1-year high. Look at the rising earnings, the engine that drives the stock's price higher. VectorVest and excellent Vistages. Oh, don't start with me, Energy. I'm not even putting that up. Oh, no. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. You know I love you, Energy. CCS, bottom left, top right. A little bit of a pullback. I do like that it's starting to fade the gap. I do like that it's fading. Look at the earnings. Good, googly, muggly. Rising earnings. And you know something? I'm going to add something here. Earnings growth, capital appreciation growth. I want to see what earnings growth looks like. And it's growing. Oh, man. Now, again, big pullback, but resilient. I'm going to put on something else. Add a parameter, CI. These are indicators that help me to understand what's going on with the stock. CI Comfort Index fell because the stock did take a big hit, but it is resilient enough that it's starting to rise again. All right, next stock. Let's go see. Woo! As much as I want to love this stock, I just can't. I do like the rebound off support, but this stock has taken such a big freaking hit in the space, man. This is such a tough play. I love the earnings. I love the earnings growth, but price action just is not with me. You know, the force, may the force be with you, but the price action ain't with me. The price action ain't with me. And in this space, there's too many other stocks that I'd rather have you in than SMCI. Do you guys understand that? Yes or no? And I think anybody who's still investing in this, Amir, is investing in this with their heart. Stop that. Stop. I know, Jeff, I was saying to say, stop that. Stop. And this is why. This is why right here you can't invest with your heart. I want to like this play. I do. I just can't. Look at this. It couldn't break through this level of resistance. It couldn't. It couldn't. And what did it do? It went down some more, found another level of support. I just can't like it. And people will be out on YouTube telling you, oh, this is a great, you liked it back here, you're going to love it down here. And dollar cost averaging down. Real geek, real tech, I love that. Trade with the chart, not your heart. Can I get an amen in the room for that? No. I need everybody in the room to can I get an amen in the room for that? Trade with the chart, not with your heart. More truer words have not been spoken right there. And there's a lot of people trading with their hearts and getting the snot kicked out of them right there. I want to like the stock. I just can't do it. All right? I just can't do it. All right, let's go to the next one. Bottom left, top right. Oh, this was the one that Jeff gave me? Now you know why I like it. Bottom left, top right, new high, RT above 1. You know, if I wanted to trade this stock, I could use RT going below 1 to get out, RT going back above 1 to get out. But if I like it long term. I like it long term. Earnings per share rising. Love it. Never fall in love with a stock. That's right, Remore. Never fall in love with a stock. But I like this stock. I cannot lie. Oh, my God, Becky. Look at that stock. It's just like one of those high VST, high momentum plays. Yeah, I know. Doom, 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 doom. I like this stock, and I cannot lie. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, TGTX. Bottom left, top right. It's got a little bit more volatility in it, but look at the earnings per share. Look at the earnings growth. Look at the CI. The stock is trading right at a level of resistance. Darian says, I'm stealing that phrase, Glenn. Amen. Look at this, level of resistance. It's sitting there. Would I buy it now? No. I know it's 2 days off the high. Let the stock come to me. It's down today. Again, 1 day doesn't make a trend. Love the earnings per share. Love the earnings growth. All right, next one. Wow. This is why I got to get my stream deck back on. ISRG is probably one of the best stocks that we have in the database by way of graph. Right there. Bottom left, top right, just keeps hitting high after high after high. That's the epitome of the type of stock you want to have right there. Who gave me ISRG? Type me in the room. Type me in the room. Who gave me ISRG? Folks, that is the epitome of the kind of long-term stock you want to hold in your portfolio. I am smitten with that one, but I'm not going to say its name. Okay, I ain't going to say. All right. I did that about a month ago. I learned real quick, 2 o'clock in the morning when I saw the stocks go down. I hear you. Oh, that was Gary. Gary, that was a freaking good stock right there. But, looking at a simple graph, earnings per share, earnings growth, that's the epitome of what you want right there. I had ISRG for a long time. Nothing should have told you to get out of it. How about you was just using us? The stock hasn't had a sell for a short bout right there, but it's been a buy or hold everything. Can you darken the name a little bit so people could read it? Yeah, I got to set that up in my preferences. I'm going to do that after this. I can set a different color. All right, next stock, same thing. MCO, same kind of thing. Bottom left, top right, new high. Look at that. Not a lot of volatility because the CI tells me that. Look at that. Whew. Another good stock. Let's go to the next one. Woo! IMMR was good. And right there, learning how to read candlestick patterns. What's that right there? A bearish engulfing with follow through. Woo! I still like the earnings. I still like the earnings growth, but the price action says, no, no, no. You don't treat me like you do now. Yeah, and it's a sell recommendation. I like the move. Candlestick pattern right there. Right at the high. Real Tech Geek should get a VectorVest mug for the quote of the year. Real Tech Geek, send an email to connect@vectorvest.com. Right? Send it to connect@vectorvest.com. I'm going to send you a mug for that. I'm going to send you a mug for that. Send an email to connect@vectorvest.com. Just let me know that you just type the word in the body of the email phrase. I'll know who you are. And I'm going to send you a mug for that. I am going to send you a mug for that. What is Nightbite? Is that you offering a 30-day? It's part of us, what we do. Yes, we do give a trial for $9.95. We do give a trial for $9.95. So Real Tech Geek, send me an email to connect@vectorvest.com. We're going to send you a mug for that. Oof. Oh, this is the downside of the FANG stocks. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be here. It's an up day today, but look at the trend. There's nothing good about this to say I'm going to get ready to get into it. All right? There's nothing. All right. So when something is fundamentally sound and it goes down, does one hold through earnings or hold long to get out? Listen, if a stock is going down prior to earnings, I'm probably not going to play it. Now, there's nothing to say that the stock will go up and make you a lot of money. If you're going to play that, I am of the mindset, if you're ever going to play a stock before earnings, you better have a really good feeling. Remember, you're taking a gamble. If you want to take less of a gamble, I'd put on a straddle. I'd buy a call and a put at the same strike price. One is going to go up, one is going to go down. All right, that's the way I would go. All right. There are some stocks that I felt confident enough prior to earnings to hold them through. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right. But if you want to take that chance and still make money on the trade prior to earnings, play a straddle. You buy a call and a put at the same strike price. All right. Let me get through these. I'm a little bit over time. Clean spark. A little bit of sideways move, and it broke out. I can eyeball a level of support right about here. So in the channel and broke down, I'm not feeling that. Now I do like the bounce off support, but you know something? If I'm thinking about getting in, let me at least get back into this channel and start moving up. All right, let me, earnings, yeah, and RT is below 1. I'm not thinking about it right now. All right, next one. Serious. Here's resistance. Can't get through it. Here's a new level of support. So it's in a channel. It's not the epitome of what I'm looking for, bottom left, top right, but it is in a channel. Let me get out of this channel. Man, it went down, 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 down for a while. This is still on a 1-year graph. It's in a channel now. It's in a big channel. I'm not thinking about it until I can get out of the channel. That's me personally. No, down. Rising earnings growth is rising, but price action is telling me no. Let me break out of that swing high. Where's the volume? I got no volume on here. Where's the volume? Yeah, no. I don't have much in the way of conviction on this play at all. I got a lot of days of very, very little of any volume. It is a cheap stock, but in this case, I think you're getting what you pay for. I do like the aerospace and defense space. I do, but I'm not liking this stock. All right. Oof. IPW spiky, but pull down. This is another play. Freehand line. That's a downtrend. You know something? If I'm thinking about it, let's at least break through that downtrend. All right, I do like the earnings. What is earnings? Earnings are negative, but getting less negativer. I like that as well. That's a positive sign. But let me break through that downtrend first. All right, hopefully I'm on the last stock. There it is. Now you see why the stocks that came up last are at the bottom of the list. You know, these are stocks that you may be looking at, but man, I'm gonna do this real quick. For those of you who are looking for lower dollar stocks, I'm going to hook you up real quick. Joey, this is only going to take me about 2 minutes. All right. I'm going to show you something. For those people, how many of you are looking at stocks less than $2? Type a 1. All right, we're going to do this real quick. I need you to type it fast. Type it fast. How many of you are looking for stocks that are less than $2? Type a 1. All right. If that's the case, I'm going to do this on the fly. Stocks. Price actual. All right, price actual less than $2. Custom value 2. Okay. Let's go stocks, price volume, average volume greater than, let's go find some good 500,000 stocks. Okay. I'm going to find stocks RT trending higher for 3 days. Let's go see if we can take this one step further. Stock RV greater than 1. Let me see what this gives me. Remember, we're searching through over 9,000 stocks. 9,000 stocks. How about we only found 3? Holy smokes. How about we only found 3? All right, now I want to show you something. These are low dollar stocks, right? Undervalued with good upside potential, folks. Good googly muggly. How many people like what I just did on the fly? Type the word like. How many of you like what I just did on the fly? Type the word like. I like this. For those of you who are looking for low dollar stocks, but trying to put the best, highest probability in your corner with the power of the VectorVest software, folks, these are undervalued stocks that have good upside potential to outperform the market. Now, I would like all of these to have an RT above 1, but they don't. Scroll over. Where is, look at that. One's got a double, look at this. 2 of them have double-digit earnings growth. 1 is negative. Ooh. Anybody know anybody else know a YouTuber that can do this for you on the fly? Let's go take a look at the graph real quick. That'll be the major factor. Let's go see. Low dollar stocks on the fly. Let's go see what the graphs look like. Put this on 3-month graph. Fast lane. Next one. Not in the fast lane, but moving up. And it's a sell though. Next one. Woof. This one I don't like. All right. So, with that being said, I wanted to just do that on the fly. There's a lot of benefit in using the VectorVest software. All right. Wow, Jen just gave me a $5 super chat. Thank you for that. I'm not going to look at a stock for you now. I am just going to get ready to go. All right. And I did ALSY. I did tell you about it in January, a long time ago. All right. So with that being said, folks, I got to go. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chats. And you know me, I love to try to interact with you as much as I possibly can. All right. On your way out, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii, and praying for all the people around the world. Folks, we all need to look out for each other the best way we can. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.